Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your girl Carla's Corner, and I'm back with another video. Listen, if it's your first time, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and help me get up the algorithm. I have been traveling in December. I've traveled in December, and if you had known, and it's your first time watching this video, I went to Ghana, or I'm in Ghana for December, and it's been very nice. Accra, to be specific. So make sure you watch some of my past videos if you haven't, if you're new, and make sure you follow me on my social platforms. All the description box, all the links will be in the description box below. I don't know why I get tongue-tied saying that, but yeah. So I've been doing quite a few things. I've not been posting like I said I was going to be posting. So if you've been watching me up to now, sorry. It's just been a little chaotic, actually. Like, I've been hitting up places. There's a couple places I've hit them more than once. And also the network and Wi-Fi capabilities here are a little, challenging. So everything that I decided and tried and said I wanted to do, it's been an epic fail. So what I've been doing since then is just uploading vlogs and just putting clips and things of what I've done. So this particular video is no different. This might be a little bit lengthy because I haven't really posted in several days, and I've done a few things since then. So one is, as you can see, my hair is different. I went to the salon and got some braids. I haven't had braids since I was 16. These braids, they call this Zoe Kravitz braids. Now, my braids look a little wonky because I was taking a shower and I don't know what I was thinking, but basically it got wet. This was straightened and flat and all the things, but they kind of got kind of wet, and now it's like reverting to like its natural curl pattern, which is not bad, but yeah. So I got braids. I'll put in here like that whole process. I went back to Kai Beauty Studio, which was so nice. The owner was there. Shout out to the owner. And another girl, I think her name was Franca or something like that, did my braids. And it's one of those like hybrid situations. So this is a little bit different for me. I haven't had braids in so long. This particular braid style, I don't think I'll probably get again because the little pieces, number one, this is a high maintenance hairstyle, braid. So you literally like need to like comb this out every night, or at least rake through it. Like, you have to like comb it every night and then put it up and do all the things and stuff like that. Also, this hairstyle has some like the little like curl strands out a bit. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when you start to like comb it out and stuff like that, when you like doing your like daily maintenance or whatever you're doing to it, like some of the little strands come out. And I've actually seen reviews about this particular hairstyle from other people. So one thing I will probably not do again is get one of those type of braids where there's a little like curly pieces out, because they do like fall out and stuff like that, which is like super embarrassing and actually unfortunate. So yeah, I probably won't do that again. And if I really thought about it a little bit deeper, I probably would have just told her just to braid it all. Just like, don't leave any curly pieces, just braid it and then flat it. Because I don't like how the little pieces like kind of like fall out and stuff like that. So I probably will not do that again if I do the braids, if I do braids again. But yeah, this is what's going on. It's literally braided all around the perimeter, and then it's like a sew-in in the middle part. So yeah, so I brought hair with me. Fortunate for me, I was able to use this hair twice. I used it for a traditional sew-in, and then I turned right back around, washed the hair, and used the hair again to do the braids. So these braids are 100% human. She didn't mix some like a synthetic hair or whatever, the braiding hair into it as well, for whatever reason. But majority these braids are 100% human, because I had some hair that was overage, and so she just cut it off the track and then just weaved it in and stuff like that. So fairly, majority of the hair in here is 100% human, which that was one reason why I hadn't gotten braids before, because I wanted braids with only 100% human hair because I just thought it would like last longer, stuff like that. And so I like the look. So here's me with braids. I'll put that whole process in there. My voice is kind of like going and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm like, why is it we're at the tail end of my vacation and now stuff is happening to me? So yeah, so this is me. This is what we have here. So anyways, I'm going to cut this chitty chatty part off, but I'm going to post some clips of some of the stuff I've been doing thus far. I did go to Osu Castle. No, I didn't go to Osu Castle. I was supposed to go to Osu Castle, but the tour I was on, it didn't happen. But I did end up going to Cape Coast. Sorry, something's like flying around. I'm like, I did go to Cape Coast. That was a journey to get there. And the roads here are so like not put together. Like, understand, we're like developing, they're like getting stuff together slowly but surely. But the drive there, it was very rocky. I'm telling you, super uber duper rocky. So yes, so when we got to Osu Castle, the tour guide was there, very nice. He toured us around. I went there with a group. I had a driver that took me there, so that was pretty cool. I joined a tour group. He showed us around the castle, told us some great facts about history in regards to the slave trade and slavery, how everything like went down. So I'm gonna put all those clips here. Like I said, this video might be a little lengthy, but I'm going to like just really just like put in like everything I've been doing up until today. Today in particular is a little bit like of a chill day. I'm not really like doing the most. And also a lot of what I've noticed is like a lot of the events are starting to like die down. So there's people that's still here, you know, for the rest of the January. So, you know, there's a few events like popping up here and there, but like some of like the major promoters and stuff like that, like they've done what they need to do, and they've like filtered out to their next destination, whether they're back to America. I know there's some people, some of the promoters are headed down to South Africa and doing some stuff in like Cape Town, Johannesburg. So I saw some of that. They're just like, they've left this part of Africa and now they're headed to wherever they're going to and wherever's next. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop chatting and let you guys get into the video. But I just want to let you know my time has been fun here so far. If I do anything else after this post, after this vlog, I'll post it. Hopefully I'll post it, or, you know, I'll post it before then. I don't anticipate me doing anything because I'm like leaving in a couple days. So the only thing I have like a couple of things to do, but they're like nothing to the point where I feel like I need to like post it. So this might be like maybe like the final video of my like Ghana experience and stuff like that, because I'll be back in America in a few days and then I'll be back to work. So yeah, so I'll be back in America in a few days. And yeah, so if something, like I said, if something happens, I'll post it. Other than that, this is like it. This is all the stuff that I've been doing. This stuff's like all the stuff I've been getting into. And like I said, I've been posting somewhat in real time on my Instagram. So if you're following on my Instagram, like I said, the link is in the description box below. Also, I've been posting a little bit on my TikTok, but like my stories is where you basically be getting like some like the real time motion and stuff like that. So I'm not doing any fancy editing. I think I told you that from the beginning. I said that I'll probably go get a videographer and do it. I did nothing. I did nothing. This is just real raw the way it is. I'm not doing no fancy editing. I'm just giving you everything that I got. So I hope you enjoyed. Ghana was great. It's everything that I anticipated, I expected. I gotta do a part 2. So I'm gonna gear up for that. And let's see what comes of that. I met some fabulous, wonderful people. I had a driver, his name was Daniel. He's great. He literally took me under his wing, and literally, like, up until this day, he has other responsibilities, so he had to like go to another country and handle like another like tour group, because that's what he does. He not only does he do personal driving, but he also does like tour groups and stuff like that. And so he had to like move to another country and facilitate a tour group for a group of Americans. So that's pretty fabulous and wonderful. So yeah, he literally took me underneath his wing and basically ensured that my safety was of top priority. He literally made sure that I got a taste of like local life, and it was just so fun. So I really appreciate that. I also need to shout out the organizers of Sold Out Dates. The gentleman's name, his name is Keith. I found his post on TikTok. He created a group chat on WhatsApp. Because of his group chat on WhatsApp, I was able to connect with some other individuals, and as well as keep up with the events that he had going on, and also any other events that he was in partnership with and supporting. So I kind of like knew what was happening with whatever they had going on, plus the people that was in the group chat put in information on like what was going on with them, where they was headed at. So like there was a lot of information that was flowing, and I definitely was felt like I was part of a community that really wanted to keep everyone like in sync and in tune and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to Keith, who's the organizer of Sold Out Dates. If he has a partner, I'm sorry, but I just know Keith. I don't know. I just know Keith. I don't know. But he had like some amazing DJs, MCs, a guy named Vic. Vic shut it down. He did fantastic. Doing his MC thing, Flygerian, who I love, 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 love. I came across him on my Instagram last December, started following him then, noticed, and I came across him a couple of times in America, and I was like, oh my God, when I saw him at Obi's house in Brooklyn, when Obi's house was doing his American tour, I had opportunity to run and cross Flygerian, and I said, Flygerian, I really think you're dope. You're doing a great job in the world of DJing. Hopefully I get the opportunity to see you in Africa. And I did. Also, he has a partner named Showcase. I ran into Showcase at this restaurant in Jersey called Tops. I said, Tops. I said, Showcase, yo, you boys is doing good. I hope to see you guys in Africa. And we came across each other in Sandbox. And I said, what up, Showcase? And I introduced myself. He was like, oh yeah, I do remember you. Yeah. I'm like, you guys is doing it, blah, blah, blah. So shout out to them boys or them men, those talented artists. They did very well, and all the other individuals. There were some other people that was with them. I don't know those guys. I know Keith, and I know Flygerian, and I know Showcase, and now I know Vic B. So I just know of those guys kind of floating around and stuff like that. So very, 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 very good times were had here in Accra, Ghana during Detty December. So this video's been long. I apologize, my chatty parts, but I just wanted to give you some of my like personal feedback. I'm in a second Airbnb. I'm not going to show you this Airbnb because even though this Airbnb is nice, and I tolerated it, I don't know if others would tolerate it. So I'm not going to post this Airbnb, and I'm not going to post a link to it because everyone has different expectations. For me, it did what it needed to be done for me. But just out of courtesy of in case someone does book this Airbnb and ends up leaving a bad review for whatever reason because it wasn't up to your expectation, I don't want it to be because I referred it to you. So for me, it did what it needed to do. It's basically like a little studio and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not going to show the Airbnb. So there's that. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into the video. Here's some clips of things I've been doing thus far. I love you guys so much. It's 2026. I want to do more content creation. I'm going to figure out how to get better at this because I really want to hit that 5K mark and above. And I really want to start monetizing a little bit more with this content creation. I get a little bit of monetization here and there and stuff like that, just based off networking connections that I know. But like, I kind of want to hit the partnership program and get like revenue off of that. There's other things I want to do. So in 2026, I'm trying to figure out how I can get better with the content creation and really just show up a bit more. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into the video, show you what I've done thus far. I hope you like it. Thanks for following me. If you've been following me all the way through, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts is. And yeah, guys, I'll see you next video. But of course, you stay watch. We got more clips and I hope you enjoy.
Who's calling that shit?
Hello?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What's that?
It's West Mana.
You drew a Ukra, West Hills.
Castle.
Aye.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a so bad, or maybe all.
Oh, me come maybe coffee or coming your man about
This police barrier. Before it to me, I won't stop.
Thank you.
Dutch, who defeated the Danes, were also defeated here by the British. So 1665, the British started developing a fort which was built by the Swedes into a status of a castle, as we see now. 1665. 360 years old. Very old. Still strong. Surprisingly, the original facility, no cement, no iron rods. Any cement mortar you see now is what we use to install the edifice. They used burnt bricks, imported, lime powder from oyster shells with oil and sand as binding material, stones, pitch pine timber, cheap African labor, if not in the field. Labor was by our people, and that should inform us that Africans, but that is where they built the slave. Those who survived, when they brought them here, some were taken upstairs. There's a big hall upstairs called Palava Hall. Palava Hall. That was the auction block. The auction block. The slave market. The West European doctors, nurses there, and they were there to examine that, compare the toll, to determine their strength. After, they were not even sold out for money. They were exchanged for guns, gunpowders, mirror, used fabrics, tobacco, knives, sugar, caps. Men were bought at them. After the auction, they brought them here to the courtyard, branded them for easy identification before they were pushed into the dungeons. And in the dungeons for a few days, about 3 solid months, waiting for the ships to come take them to where? North America, South America, the Caribbean, or the West Indies, like Brazil. I mentioned Brazil first because Brazil received the highest number. About 46% of entire enslaved African population was sent to Brazil. It was a cemetery. Are we together? The courtyard was a graveyard. What I mean is dead bodies were buried all over here. There are graves all over, including mass graves. But the people buried here were bricks. Because when the captives died, their bodies were dumped into the ocean. So I believe you all agree with me that this beautiful Atlantic Ocean is the biggest mass grave. Because you cannot even count the number of our ancestors who were buried in this ocean. But they have this as their graveyard. They excavated this courtyard. When the excavation was done, only 4 graves had marks. So only 4 were identified. These are for Europeans. And the one there is for Africans. And I believe one may ask, he said it was a graveyard for the trades. Why this African buried here? Philip Parker, buried there, was a native of this city. He was from this city, right? His father was a slave merchant. Slave what? Merchant. The father was doing buying and selling of captives, doing business with them. Due to that, Philip was awarded scholarship by the church when he was 11 to study in Britain. Philip attended the prestigious Oxford University. They ordained him. He became first African to be ordained a priest of the Anglican Church. And immediately after he was ordained, they brought him back, worked with them for 50 years as clergyman, missionary, and a schoolmaster in the church industry. He died 17th October 1816 when he was 75 years old. See, slave trade was officially abolished here 1833. He died 1816, meaning he came or even died. The first slave trade was abolished. So that guy was preaching the gospel upstairs, while his fellow Africans were dying in the dungeons. This is original. Are you together? This door here is about 200 bad years. Made of wood and metal. Pitch pine wood to make it more stronger. They coated the wood with metal plates. See the thickness. Before we go in there, 2019, I believe you all remember Ghana organized the Year of Return. Year of Return. And 2019 again marked exactly 400 years when the first enslaved Africans landed in Jamestown, Virginia. So Ghana marked it. And during the event, African Genesis Institute mounted this one here. And I'm showing you this because of what they wrote here. What they are saying there is very touching, very powerful. They are saying, we are the children of those who refused to die. You know, most of the people were killed, but some refused to die, some survived. That is why the descendants scattered all over the globe. And these are names of some of the descendants, but very few of them, minute percentage, like 0.0001%. If you all decide to paste your names here, I don't think our walls can sale. But this is not an ordinary sale. This is contamination sale. You know that word's room of no return. What I mean is, this is where the freedom fighters work. Down. This room was originally a storage. It was one of the storerooms where they were storing their stolen goods. So you can see there was a door. When it was a storage, the door was there. When they wanted to use this room as a cell, when they wanted to kill some of the captives here, they closed the door. And those captives wanted to fight for their freedom. The freedom fighters, but were seen by the Brits as stubborn or rebellious ones. But they were made to suffer for too long. And when man is suppressed, oppressed, depressed, or repressed them for a long time, one day they fight back and explode. Those who tried to escape and were fought, and those who constantly fought them, will be two, will be five. They will chain all of them together. Push them in, lock them with first door, second door, third door. And those were three. No light.
Without ventilation.
No ventilation, no oxygen. No food, no water.
That's what that woman said she paid.
Church entrance. Oh, please come. Please come. Please come. This is where we started, right? And I told you the dungeon was behind us. But now we are on top of the mill later. I believe you recall I mentioned that church was built on top of the mill dungeon. This was the first Anglican church. SPG Church, Society for the Propagation of the Gospel. Now Children's Library. So school children come to the library to read. And this hole here was a spy hole. Are we together? This was a spy hole. Sometimes it served as a feeding hole. They dropped food through this hole for the captives, right at the entrance of the church. So they could be passing for church services and they could hear the captives screaming. They could be passing for communion services and they could be dropping leftover food for the captives.
Oh, you're taking
I'm just showing you the spaces the government will not occupy. This was his winery, governor's winery. They were living large.
winery?
Yes. Reception area for the governor. Wine.
Gallery. Really big bums.
Governor's office. Before we move up to his bedroom, changed hands several from Portugal to Sweden to Denmark to Netherlands to Britain. And again, you know west coast of Africa, they came one front of the Anglo-Dutch wars, 1664 to 1668. Same wars were fought in America. Who can share with us the original name of New York? Old name of New York. Don't tell me Old York. New Amsterdam. Correct for New York was called New Amsterdam. One down at a time. The Europeans are not coming with their families, nor their wives, nor children, because of our tropical diseases killing them. They named West Coast of Africa White Man's Grave. White Man's Grave. Because some of them arrived here 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year they died. But you know, because of the 3 G's, because of the 3Gs, they were still coming. You know the 3Gs? The 3Gs. Gold? Gold is one, yes, you are right. No. This time around, no girls. No, they brought gunpowder.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Gold,
Gold.
gold, God, glory. But the lighthouse built around 1820. Then you see that for Williams is up on the hill, built around 1820. There is another fort, you can also build one from here, Fort Victoria, built around 1821. And the two were built not as dungeons. These two were built not as sleepers, rather to protect this one. Both are built on top of hills, soldiers there. So far, they saw enemies, pirates coming first before soldiers at the barracks here. When they saw anything like that, they gave them formation here using signals, light, flag, flags, and muskets, mirrors. The signal, especially the flag, the color, determined the kind of information. You look to that hole and you see for Williams. So a soldier will be in here 24/7, looking through just to pick signals, light, flags, muskets, but for Williams. Very strategic, huh? I said it was WhatsApp, so this was the WhatsApp. A soldier will be here 24/7. Watching. Just to pick signals. Yeah, you can see what's up. It's fine here. And the floor here is original. It's kind around pyramids. Original towers. Original towers. McLean's living room. You remember George McLean? The guy buried downstairs. This was his living room. This was his living room.
Hello, brother. This is a tunnel. Underground passage.
It starts from the little dungeon, and the exit is right here. When they were taking them to the ships, they became very aggressive because they didn't know when they were taking them to. Again, the British themselves know business because they tried their best to do this at the blind side of the people. They know a lot of people to know. So when they were taking them to the ships, they were not allowed to use the courtyard, rather, they walked them from the dungeon. So this was just for the men. They marched them under. The soldier will be here. Move, go. A spy hole. 18 feet deep. Construction done by manpower. So no wonder it took about 50 to 60 years to build this. Imagine the number of Africans who were killed during this long period of construction. The exits of the tunnel. Minus that. The tunnel ended here. The tunnel ended here. Sealed. Blocked off the side. The tunnel ended here. Closed. You know, after slave trader, the British built multiple walls in the tunnel. They used part of the tunnel as toilets, part of the tunnel as water systems. Some years back, we wanted to remove all the walls in the tunnels so we could walk our wonderful personal way through, and also to see what is actually in it. Because listen, there are some people now, there are some historians who are saying, who of the day that when the Brits passed the law to end slave trade here, the male captives who were still in the dungeon were not free. There was no ship coming to take them. So they pushed them into the tunnel and sealed it.
Many of them were captured by one animal. Many of them because of the not all of them who went to Israel making successful in the new war. It was estimated that 44 million people died there and 1.5 million people in the new war. And 44 million people is more than Ghanaia's population is 34 million. In this surely the moment you go through this door, you need about 10. But yeah, I promise you that.
The immediate past lies. The immediate past vice president of the United States. Is that person? Yes, I was thinking the Americans were going to make them the first female president. That's the refused. They voted for Mr. Trump. Kamala was here 20 years ago, and this was she did. Kamala made this one. We all are aware she has something to do with the history here. Because her father was originally from Jamaica. The most Jamaicans are descendants of Africans who were taken from here. The mother from India. So she had the opportunity, she came around, made this natural flowers. 5 compartments, about 1,000 men. 2 compartments for women, because they needed more men than women to do the hard labor. But they needed the women again for reproduction. Because children of enslaved Africans automatically became enslaved. So final exit point for some of our ancestors. Door of no return because some of our ancestors were forced, taken to the new world, through or by this door, and never returned. Door of no return because they forced them to this door and we lost contact with them forever. Door of no return because they forced them to this door and they lost almost everything as Africans. They lost their names, cultures, families, religions, languages. They even lost their dignities as communities. The short and now captives bow down, squeeze themselves one after the other, force them to the door, and never return. As I was telling you, most of them were murdered. Most of them were killed. Those who survived the dungeons were those they marched to the door. They put them on board right here, 400, 500 meters. When they entered the ship, that was all. How am I repeating? Most of them died, most of them died. See, during the wars, raidings, kidnappings, and other means of getting them, some died. Bringing them to the dungeons, they walked. Wild animals attacked, killed some of them. Snakes, some fell into pits and rivers. They were abandoned. Those who became weak on the way, guards killed them to serve as a lesson to the others. About 30% were killed in the dungeons. Some preferred to committing suicide, to going to the unknown destinations to continue with the suffering. So on the canoes, some decided to jump overboard. And they were chained together, 5, 10, 15, 20, on my ankles and your ankles. If I decide to jump overboard, and if you don't take care, I'll go with you. On the ship, some died. They were dumping the bodies into the ocean. We just discussed that they were raping some of them. Those who were not seen pregnant in the dungeons, rather seen pregnant on the ships, were dumped into the ocean alive.